They say there are places in the wild that don't want people around. Not because of animals. Not because you'll get lost. But because something is already there. Watching. Waiting. Deep in Alaska, far from any main road, there used to be a small logging town called Bright Hollow. It was built in the late 1970s. At first, it was just temporary housing for workers. But people stayed. They brought their families. Built homes. Raised children. For a while it was a normal place. Quiet. Isolated. Alive. Until November 1986. That night, something happened. By morning the town was empty. 42 people vanished. No signs of violence. No tracks leading out into the forest. No evidence of escape. Food was still on the tables. Lights were still on. It was as if everyone just disappeared. Authorities searched for weeks. Helicopters. Dogs. Full sweeps of the forest. Nothing. The official report was sealed. But locals still talk. They say the forest around Bright Hollow is wrong. Too quiet. Too still. And at night you can hear things moving between the trees. Present day. For most people, Bright Hollow isn't a tragedy anymore. It's content. An urban legend. A place people visit for views. The engine cuts off. Silence. Ethan sits behind the wheel, staring ahead. Through the windshield, broken houses stand in the dark. Barely visible between the trees. He slowly reaches for the camera. Turns it toward himself. The light hits his face. Pale. Tense. "All right, we made it," he says quietly. He forces a small smile. Bright Hollow. Behind him, Jake leans forward. "Yeah, this place already feels wrong," he mutters. Mia doesn't speak. She's staring out the window. At the forest. Her voice comes out low. "Do you feel that?" Ethan glances toward her. "Feel what?" A pause. Mia swallows. "Like we're not alone." Ethan lets out a short breath. "Yeah, let's not start that already." He turns the camera back toward the road. "This is the town where 42 people vanished overnight," he says. No signs. No bodies. Nothing. A beat. Then quieter. "And we're about to walk in there." Jake exhales. "You sure about this?" Ethan reaches for the door handle. His hand pauses for a second. Barely noticeable. "Yeah," he says. He opens the door. Cold air floods inside. Sharp. Damp. Rotten. Ethan steps out. The others follow. The sound of the door shutting echoes louder than it should. Then, silence. Complete. No wind. No insects. No distant animals. Nothing. Ethan turns slightly, speaking toward the camera again. "Okay, that's weird," he says under his breath. "Like really weird." Mia wraps her arms around herself. "I don't like this place." Jake forces a quiet chuckle. "It's just a dead town." But even he lowers his voice. Ethan turns the flashlight on. The beam cuts through the darkness, landing on the first house ahead. "All right," he says. "Let's go." They move down the road slowly. Gravel crunches under their boots. Too loud. Like the sound doesn't belong here. Ethan walks first, holding the camera low. The flashlight beam shakes slightly as it moves across the houses. Broken fences. Dark windows. Doors hanging open. Jake stays close behind him. This place looks staged, he mutters. Like someone set it up. Ethan keeps walking. Yeah? Who would fake something like this? Jake doesn't answer. MIA stops. Wait. They both turn. She's listening. Her head slightly tilted. Do you hear that? She whispers. Ethan freezes. Jake looks around. Silence. No wind. No leaves. Nothing moving. Jake exhales quietly. That's the point, he says. There's nothing. MIA shakes her head. No, that's wrong. Ethan raises the camera slightly. Okay, yeah, he says under his breath. This is too quiet. He turns slowly in place. The flashlight sweeps across the trees. Across the houses. Nothing. I don't like that, he adds. They reach the first house. It stands closer to the road. Leaning slightly to one side. The porch creaks before they even step on it. Jake looks up at the roof. Careful. This thing looks like it'll collapse. Ethan steps onto the porch. The wood groans under his weight. Slow. Heavy. Like pressure. Like resistance. You hear that? Ethan whispers. Jake nods. Yeah. I hear it. MIA stays at the bottom of the steps. She's staring at the windows. Dark. All of them. But for a split second, she flinches. Something moved, she says. Jake sighs. No, it didn't. MIA doesn't look at him. It did. Ethan reaches the door. His hand touches the handle. He pulls back slightly. That's cold, he mutters. Like really cold. Jake shrugs. It's Alaska. Ethan doesn't laugh. He grips the handle again. Pushes. The door opens slowly. A long, dragging creak fills the air. It echoes. Too deep. Too long. Why does that sound like that? Ethan whispers. No one answers. They step inside. The air changes instantly. Colder. Thicker. Harder to breathe. Ethan lifts the flashlight. Dust floats in the beam. The smell hits. Wet wood. Mold. Something sweet. Rotting. Jake coughs. Jesus, yeah, that's bad. Ethan moves the light across the room. Old furniture. Broken shelves. A rusted bed frame. Everything left behind. Frozen. Looks like they just walked out, he says quietly. MIA stays near the doorway. I don't want to be in here, she says. Ethan glances back. Just a minute. Jake suddenly raises a hand. Hold on. Ethan turns the camera. What? Jake points at the floor. Look. Footprints. Small. Bare. A child's. Ethan steps closer. Okay, no, he whispers. No, the camera zooms slightly. The prints are clear. Sharp. Not faded. Fresh. Jake swallows. That's not old, he says. That's new. MIA shakes her head. Someone's here. The footprints lead across the room. Slow. Uneven. Like whoever made them was walking carefully. Or dragging their feet. Ethan follows them with the light. Where do they go? The prints reach the center of the room. And stop. Just stop. No turn. No exit. Nothing. Ethan's voice drops to almost nothing. They just end. A long pause. No one moves. Ethan slowly raises the flashlight. "We're not alone in here," he whispers. Above them on the creek. Soft. Slow. Jake looks up immediately. "You heard that, right?" Another creak. Closer. A step. From the second floor. Right above them. MIA grabs Ethan's arm. "That's not the house," she says. "That's walking." Ethan doesn't respond. He just stares up into the darkness. "Yeah," he whispers. "I know." No one moves. The sound above them stops. Just like that. Cut off. Ethan slowly raises a hand. "Don't talk," he whispers. They listen. Silence. Thick. Pressing in from every side. Jake exhales quietly. "Old houses do that," he says. They shift. Ethan doesn't look at him. That wasn't shifting. A new sound breaks the silence. Not from above. From deeper inside the house. A slow dragging noise. Like something moving across the floor. Wet. Uneven. MIA grips Ethan's sleeve. "We need to leave," she whispers. "Right now." Ethan swallows. His eyes stay fixed on the darkness ahead. "Just one more room," he says. Jake turns to him. "Are you serious?" Ethan nods slightly. "For the video." A pause. Jake exhales through his teeth. "Fine." "Quick." There's a door ahead. Half open. Pitch black inside. Ethan steps closer. Each step careful. Controlled. The floor creaks under him. Too loud. Too sharp. He reaches the door. Stops. Listens. Nothing. He pushes it open with the flashlight. The beam cuts into the darkness and reveals a child's room. Small bed. Faded wallpaper. Toys scattered across the floor. Everything covered in dust. Frozen in time. Jake lets out a quiet breath. "Yeah, that's not creepy at all." MIA doesn't react. She's staring at something. In the center of the room. A chair. Placed perfectly. Facing away from them. Someone is sitting there. Still. Wrapped in old fabric. Head slightly tilted. Ethan freezes. "Hello?" He calls. His voice cracks. No answer. The figure doesn't move. Jake leans forward slightly. What is that silence? Ethan takes a step closer. The flashlight steadies. Closer. Closer, cracked surface. Porcelain texture. Dust-covered dress. Ethan exhales sharply. "It's a doll," he says. "A doll." Jake lets out a short laugh. "Yeah, great." But MIA doesn't move. "Ethan," she whispers. He doesn't turn. "Yeah?" "Don't move." A pause. "Just look at the window." Ethan slowly shifts the light. Past the doll. Toward the wall. The beam lands on the glass. Covered in dust. Except for one spot. Clean. A shape drawn into it. A face. 2 dots. A curved line. A smile. Fresh. Jake's voice drops. That wasn't there. Ethan steps back slightly. "No," he whispers. "No, it wasn't." A faint sound. Behind them. A soft tap. Like something touching wood. MIA turns her head. Did you hear that? Another sound. Closer now. A quiet scrape. From the hallway. Ethan slowly turns the camera. Someone's here, he whispers. The flashlight beam moves toward the door, the chair creaks. Behind them. All three freeze. Ethan's breath stops. He doesn't turn. Don't, MIA whispers. Too late. Ethan slowly looks back. The chair is still there. The doll is still sitting. But now, it's facing them. Its head slightly tilted. Glass eyes fixed directly on Ethan. A crack runs across its face. From the mouth up to the eye. Jake stumbles back. What the hell? Ethan's voice drops to nothing. It moved. The smile on the doll is wider now. Or maybe it always was. It's hard to tell. A whisper. Right next to the camera. So close it distorts the audio. Don't leave. No one breathes. The whisper fades. But the silence after it is worse. Ethan slowly steps back. We're leaving, he says. Barely audible. Jake nods immediately. Yeah. Now. MIA doesn't move. Her eyes are locked on the doll. It's watching us, she whispers. Ethan doesn't look back. Don't look at it. Just move. They step into the hallway. Slow. Controlled. Every movement careful. The air feels different here. Warmer. But heavier. Like something is pressing against their chests. Ethan keeps the camera aimed forward. Toward the exit. We're good, he whispers. We're almost out. The flashlight sweeps across the wall and stops. A framed photograph. Cracked glass. Dust covered. Ethan freezes. Wait. Jake turns. What? Ethan steps closer. The beam steadies. A family stands in front of this house. Old clothes. Another time. Adults in the back. Children in front. All smiling. Except one. A little girl. Center of the frame. Blonde hair. 2 braids. A simple dress. She's not smiling. She's staring straight ahead. Right at the camera. MIA steps closer. Her voice shakes. That's the dress. Ethan swallows. I know. Slowly he turns his head. Back toward the room. Back toward the doll. Same one, he whispers. Jake mutters under his breath. No, Ethan turns back to the photo. His breath catches. Guys. The girl is smiling now. Not like before. Too wide. Too stretched. Her lips pull back, revealing thin, sharp teeth. Ethan stumbles backward. What the? The flashlight jerks wildly. The beam flickers across the walls. Across the ceiling, a crash explodes above them. Loud. Violent. The entire house shakes. Dust rains down. MIA gasps. Jake spins toward the stairs. What was that? Footsteps. Fast. Heavy. Running. Not dragging anymore. Charging. Toward them. Ethan grabs Mia's arm. Go. They run. The hallway stretches in front of them. Longer than before. Too long. Jake looks back. It's coming. A sharp crack from the staircase. Wood splintering. Something hits the steps. Hard. Fast. Ethan glances up just for a second. At the top of the stairs, something moves. Tall. Thin. Bent wrong. Its head tilts. Watching. Smiling. The same smile. Too wide. Too sharp. Don't look. Jake yells. They sprint. The front door is ahead. Almost there. The footsteps slam down the stairs. Boom. 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 Each step louder. Closer. Right behind them. Ethan reaches the door. Grabs the handle. Pulls, it doesn't move. No, 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 Jake slams into it. Open it. MIA is shaking. It's right behind us. Ethan forces the handle down. Pushes with everything he has. The wood cracks. The door bursts open. Cold night air floods in. They stumble outside. Behind them, something hits the door from the inside. Hard. The frame shakes. Another. Louder. The wood splinters. Ethan slams the door shut instinctively. Run. They run. Gravel explodes under their feet. Branches snap. Their breaths are loud. Too loud. Ethan doesn't look back. Don't stop, he says between breaths. Just run. Jake is right behind him. Where's the car? Straight, keep going. MIA stumbles but keeps moving. I can't see. Just follow the light. Behind them, the door bursts open. A violent crack splits the night. Wood shattering. Something forces its way outside. Jake glances back. Big mistake. It's out, he gasps. It's outside. Ethan doesn't turn. Don't look, he says. Just run. The houses blur past them. Dark shapes. Broken windows. Every shadow feels alive. Ethan's flashlight shakes wildly. The beam jumps across fences, across doors, across empty streets, and for a split second, something moves between the houses. Fast. Too fast. Keeping pace with them. Ethan's voice drops. It's following us. They reach the edge of the road. The car is there. Exactly where they left it. A small island in the dark. Jake almost crashes into it. Open it. MIA grabs the handle. Locked. It's locked. Jake panics. Where are the keys? Ethan freezes for half a second. Then, in the ignition, he says. His voice tight. I left them in. He rushes to the driver's side. Yanks the door open. Get in. Now. They pile inside. Doors slam. Ethan grabs the key, turns it. The engine struggles. A dry, choking sound. Nothing. Come on, he whispers. He tries again. The starter whines. Then dies. Jake looks out the window. His voice drops to a whisper. It's coming. Ethan turns slowly. Down the road, something is walking toward them. Slow. Unnatural. The flashlight flickers slightly, just enough to see it clearly. A small figure. A child. Barefoot. A thin dress. 2 braids. Head tilted to one side. Moving in short, jerking steps. Like something is pulling it forward. MIA presses herself against the seat. No, 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 Jake shakes his head. That's not real. Ethan grips the wheel. Start, he whispers. He turns the key again. The engine coughs. Almost catches, then dies. Silence. The girl stops a few meters from the car. Completely still. Then, slowly, she lifts her head. Her face is pale. Empty. Her eyes, black. Deep. Like holes. She smiles. Wide. Too wide. The skin at the corners of her mouth cracks slightly. A thin line of dark blood appears. MIA lets out a small, broken sound. Don't let her in, the girl walks closer. Step. Pause. Step. Closer to the driver's window. Ethan doesn't move. He can't. His hands are locked on the wheel. She's looking at me, he whispers. She stops right beside the car. Her face inches from the glass. Her eyes locked onto Ethan. Unblinking. Unnatural. She slowly raises her hand and places her palm against the window. Her fingers are long. Too long. Too thin. Then she tilts her head. A full, unnatural motion. Bone twisting. Soft crack. Jake chokes on a breath. What is that? The girl's lips move. No sound at first. Then, a faint whisper. Barely there. Even inside the car. You came back. The girl's hand stays on the glass. Still. Cold. Ethan can't move. What did you say? He whispers. No answer. Just that smile. Wider. Too wide. She slowly lifts her other hand. Raises one finger. And drags it across her throat. Slow. Deliberate. A silent gesture. Jake brakes. Drive. Just drive. I'm trying. Ethan turns the key again. The engine whines, fails. Dead. MIA is shaking. Please, please don't open the door, the girl taps the glass. Once. Twice. 3 times. Tuck, 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 each knock heavy. Wrong. Like it's not hitting glass, but something hollow. Something deep. Ethan squeezes his eyes shut for a second. Start, he whispers. Come on, he turns the key again, the engine roars. Sudden. Violent. All 3 flinch. Headlights snap on, a blinding white. They cut through the darkness, past the girl, down the road, a shape appears in the light. A man. Standing in the middle of the road. The car jerks forward slightly. Then stops. Ethan slams the brake. What the hell? The man doesn't move. He just stands there. Facing them. The girl outside the window is gone. Gone. Like she was never there. MIA gasps. She's not there. Jake leans forward. Who is that? The man slowly lifts his head. The headlights hit his face. Ethan freezes. His breath stops. No, he whispers. No, that's not, it's him. Same face. Same eyes. Same jacket. Standing in the road. Looking straight at the car. The double smiles. That same smile. Too wide. Too sharp. Wrong. Ethan shakes his head. This isn't real. Jake grabs his shoulder. Don't get out. Whatever you do, don't get out. Outside, the double raises a hand. And waves. Slow. Almost friendly. Then, he turns. And starts walking. Toward the forest. His movements, jerky. Unnatural. Like something is pulling him. MIA whispers. Don't follow him. Ethan doesn't answer. His hands tremble on the wheel. His eyes locked on the figure. The forest swallows the double. Just like that. Gone. Silence. Ethan inhales sharply. "We're leaving," he says. No one argues. He presses the gas. The car lurches forward, and this time, it doesn't stop. They speed down the road. Past the houses. Past the trees. Out of Bright Hollow. No one looks back. No one speaks. After a long moment, Ethan exhales. "We're out," he says. "We're out." But his voice doesn't sound convinced. The road stretches ahead of them. Dark. Endless. The forest slowly fades behind. The trees thin out. Lights appear in the distance. Civilization. Ethan doesn't slow down. His hands are still shaking on the wheel. No one speaks. Not for a long time. Finally, Jake exhales. "What was that?" No answer. MIA stares out the window. Her reflection trembles in the glass. "I don't think that thing was alone," she says quietly. Ethan grips the wheel tighter. "Don't," he says. "Just don't." They reach the highway. Streetlights. Cars in the distance. Normal sounds. Normal world. Ethan finally slows down. The tension in his shoulders drops. Just a little. "We're out," he says again. This time, it almost sounds real. They drive in silence. Minutes pass. Maybe more. No one checks the footage. No one looks back. Ethan pulls into a quiet parking lot near his apartment building. He kills the engine. The sudden silence feels familiar. Too familiar. Jake leans back in the seat. "We're not going back there," he says. MIA nods slowly. "Never." Ethan doesn't answer. He's staring at the dashboard. At the reflection in the windshield. "Yeah," he says finally. "We're done." He glances up. At the review mirror. Just for a second. And freezes. His breath stops. Guys, no one responds. Jake closes his eyes. Not funny. Ethan doesn't move. His voice drops to a whisper. "Don't turn around." MIA slowly looks at him. "What?" Ethan swallows. "Just don't." But it's too late. Jake opens his eyes. Turns his head slightly. And then, stops. MIA follows. Slowly. Carefully. On the back seat, between them, someone is sitting. Small. Still. A girl. Barefoot. Thin dress. 2 braids. Her head is tilted. Her hands rest in her lap. She's been there the whole time. Watching. Waiting. Ethan's voice trembles. How did she? The girl slowly lifts her head. Her eyes lock onto his, through the mirror. Black. Endless. Her lips stretch into that same smile. Wide. Cracked. Bleeding. She raises one finger. Presses it gently against her lips. Shush, the sound is soft. Almost kind. Then, everything goes black.